So, hey, this video is on how do you know if you have the right lender, the one that's going to help you get those keys. I'm going to give you some things that I think are important for consumers to look for in a lender. Of course, you want to make certain that you're getting the best interest rate. Quick disclaimer on interest rates, they change daily. Sometimes people are shocked at what the differences can be in an interest rate, especially if they were shopping back in 2020 or in 2021 and haven't been paying attention to markets. But besides that, you want to make certain that the person's going to be transparent. What are those costs? What are those lender fees that are associated with doing your transaction? No lender is going to do anything for nothing. And if you're hearing that they don't have closing costs, I'm calling BS on that. Lenders need to make money. And typically, if they're doing what's known as a no closing cost loan, which we can do, is they're taking the interest rate and they're increasing it to offset whatever their lender fees are. The other thing that you want is someone that's going to tell you the truth. Be direct. Be direct in a style that's going to work for you. I'm not always the right fit for people. I am very direct. I like to use this saying from someone that I knew from years ago. They would call it carefrontation. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, maybe what you don't want to hear. And sometimes that might be, hey, you got to reel in your spending or hey, we got to talk about your credit. And when it comes to credit, when it comes to those sensitive topics, I've been there. I've been where a lot of people have been credit wise. In my early 20s, I messed myself up, and it was really hard to claw my way out of that. So I have a huge amount of empathy for folks that are going through that. You want to make certain that the lender is doing a full credit check. Soft credit pulls are lovely to begin with. However, they can sometimes be anywhere between 10 to 30 points off. So it's really important to get the tests. When it comes to pre-qualification, you can do that yourself. If you search my YouTube, actually, I'll put it in the description. I've got a whole DIY step by step on how you can pre-qualify yourself, almost like figuring out like medical stuff. Eventually you're going to have to go to the doctor. Now, some people who want a completely digital experience don't want to deal with someone who's going to ask them a lot of questions to formulate or understand what their goals and what their needs are and or give appropriate recommendations. That's not my type of client. Like, hey, if they don't see value in that, no, they're not going to enjoy working with me because I can't be a robot. There are going to be ways that you can get a mortgage and you can literally have minimal human interaction. The other thing that you want someone that empowers you to use whatever tools that they have or that they direct you on so that you can run your own numbers. I am fascinated by the amount of mortgage originators that want to have all numbers come from them as opposed to, hey, if someone's doing numbers at midnight, you ain't getting me. I'm sleeping. But I'm going to give you the tools to work up your own numbers. Of course, you can run them by me, but if you're just so dependent on that lender, that could cost you. It could cost you and I don't mean cost wise, price wise. I just mean speed wise. If you need to make an offer quickly, then that could prohibit you from doing that quickly. Either if that person doesn't have a team or if they're busy. The other thing is you got to have a sense of humor if you're going to work with me. I rubbed someone the wrong way years ago, and they gave me a bad review because I have self-deprecating humor, and I made a joke about myself. And when I saw the review, my initial reaction was to kind of punch first and be like, really? But I did reach out to them. They gave me some interesting feedback, but during the conversation, I realized like, hey, we're not going to be the right fit to work together because, hey, I've got a sense of humor. And, yeah, I might push things a little bit, but I've worked with people that are buying $120,000 home to people that are buying homes that prices start at 3 million and everywhere in between. You can also see that I'm not structured in my approach. I'll be structured when I'm having a client consultation, when I'm making certain that that we can qualify someone. But this is the real me. The awkward one and the one that might stutter sometimes. So things that I would look for if I was in your shoes as a consumer, someone that's going to be transparent. Other things to look for in a question to ask the lender is, hey, when I get into contract, if interest rates go down, am I able to renegotiate my interest rate? It's interesting. Some places do not allow you to do that, but many companies will allow you. It's called a float down option, where if interest rates drop, you're able to renegotiate your interest rate. The other thing besides that is someone that has the patience to answer the same questions 15 times. Because whether it's your first time or whether it's your fifth time, many lenders have done this hundreds or thousands of times. So someone that gets put off because you bought and sold three or four different houses because you have a lot of the same questions, that could be a red flag. So anyway, if you found this on YouTube, would love a thumbs up and a share. I'm not editing out the dogs in the background because I was on a roll with this and it took me way too many takes.